I get it. You've probably seen a dozen ads from gurus selling you on the next big funnel. Or you bought a course selling you on the secret to client acquisition using some complex AI system you don't actually need. How do I know this? It's because I was there not long ago with my agency until I learned this. People are profiting off of your confusion. If you're anything like I was, well then you're wasting weeks and months trying to figure all of this out while just running in place and burning through money. Stop falling for it. Complexity is the enemy, and I'm gonna prove it. In this video, I'm gonna give you a stupidly simple 4-part client acquisition system. It is the shortest way to take somebody from a complete stranger to a pre-sold client. Unlike these gurus, I'm not selling you on a magic pill. This is not gonna cost you $1, and I've actually been in your shoes and know exactly what you're going through. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. One of the biggest things that I absolutely hate in the online coaching space is the fact that a lot of coaches are selling complexity as a business model. Let me explain. So this is you right now wondering why your business isn't growing, wondering why you're not attracting the type of clientele you want to be attracting, or maybe you don't even know where your next client is coming from. All of these things gurus understand, and they're taking your insecurity and they're using it against you and selling you complex client acquisition systems, complex AI softwares, and basically making you feel like you're missing out on the new thing that everybody's using. But in reality, you're just going to keep buying their courses, keep buying their software, and you're essentially just going to be running in place. You're going to be like that guy that continues to watch YouTube videos and YouTube video and YouTube video and YouTube video and feel like you're actually doing something. But in reality, if you just dedicated that time to really getting a simple system down that actually works, which I'm going to lay out in this video for you, that right there would be way more effective than you sitting here trying to figure out a complex system with a million and one points of failure, meaning a lot of things can go wrong. All of these things, when you overcomplicate this and have to keep buying these new softwares and new things, this is just going to kill your momentum. It's going to destroy your confidence, and it's just going to leave you back doing the thing that you ultimately dreaded in the first place, which is cold calling, cold DMing, and just manual outreach. And if you're a coach, agency owner, or consultant trying to scale to 7 figures, you very well understand that manual outreach is not going to be the thing that is going to take you to 7 figures, because it's simply not scalable. So while you're sitting there debugging these advanced funnels with, a million points of entry and a million points of failure, your competitors are using a stupidly simple system to get qualified appointments on their calendar every single week and month, because they value clarity over complexity. And I'm about to break this down in this video. So what I'm about to lay out for you in this video is a very simple funnel that you could be using to get clients starting ASAP. But this is not a magic pill. It's going to require some work. But if you spend all this money and time and effort trying to figure out these complex systems, then this right here will be a piece of cake, what I'm about to break down for you. And it's incredibly effective. So imagine this. Instead of having a super complex system, you have a client acquisition system or a client acquisition machine with only 4 core parts, okay? It's going to turn a complete stranger into an actual paying client. And this is not a fantasy. I'm not selling you a magic pill. It's going to take some work, but this is what effective simplicity looks like. So how do we build this step by step? Let's break it down right now. So this is called the Frayter Media Client Acquisition Machine. It's a beautifully simple 4-part system designed for one thing which you don't have right now, and that's predictability. So number 1, it starts with authority content, aka organic content. So what you're going to do is pick one long form platform, which is YouTube, and then one short form platform, which is either Instagram or TikTok. Personally, I use Instagram and I use YouTube, and then also LinkedIn sometimes as well. So the goal with your social profile is to turn it into a high converting sales asset. Your content needs to be surgically designed to speak only to your ideal client. That way you prove that you are the sole authority in the space, and that you essentially give them a no-brainer other than to actually work with you, right? 3 types of questions that you need to ask yourself before putting out any piece of content is, number 1, what is the purpose of this, right? What is the main outcome? What is the goal that I'm trying to get from this, right? Am I educating my audience, or am I simply, trying to go viral? And I'll explain why going viral is one of the worst things that you can do when you're running a high ticket offer and you're trying to get high ticket clients. Number 2 is relevance. Is this directly connected to my target audience needs, desires, or struggles? Am I solving for a specific pain point? Am I talking about things that they could ultimately relate to? And number 3, actionability. Can they implement this advice immediately to ease their pain or, get a quick win, right? So you essentially want to be that go-to person for them. And the three things that matter, especially when it comes to short form content, is going to be the hook, right? The first 3 seconds, it's like, is this strong enough to make the person actually stop and see what you have to say and, continue watching the video? Also, it's going to be the text hook too, that you have written above here, above your head or down below here. But basically, you want to give clarity as to what the person is watching. If they're watching on mute, will they be able to understand what this video is about? Number 2 is going to be the format. What I've realized from my own experimenting is that the content is important, but the format is arguably even more important, because anybody can go out there on ChatGPT and look up a piece of information, right? But can you create a sense of educational content in a format that's actually fun, right? Whether that's you talking to yourself, whether that's on a whiteboard and you're ripping off the answers, whether that is reacting to a video, or, maybe even a selfie style story video of like advice that you've, garnered over the years or something that you've learned. Or maybe it's something like this where you are diving into a presentation and you're going through the presentation, but it's a short form video. All of these things are extremely important. So really try to narrow down the format first. And number 3, clarity of the message. Meaning, after somebody watches your video, will they be able to really and genuinely understand what this video was about? Or are they left scratching their head and being like, well, what was the main takeaway of that? That is ultimately what you want. So these 3 things, the hook, the format, and experiment with that, and then the clarity of the message. Meaning, is there something that they can genuinely take away from this that is very clear, it's very concise, and that they can ultimately implement to improve their life or business? The reason why your content is not meant for virality is because viral content appeals to the lowest common denominator. Really think about the things that go viral, okay? It's street fights, it's conflicts, it's people arguing, road rage, it's hot takes or, politics or people beefing, again, when it comes to politics. Number 3 is going to be funny or stupid videos, that, again, all of this appeals to a very generic audience. And if you were trying to attract a high ticket audience, an audience that is going to be able to afford your service and is interested in what you are selling, the general audience is the enemy. Alex Hormozi did this experiment a while back where he wanted to garner as much attention and followers as possible. And he thought that, hey, the more followers he gets, well, then the more money he's going to be able to make. But that's ultimately not true, because his sales team told him that, hey, you switched up the content, and while it's attracting a ton of followers and growing your social media presence, it is now, causing us to lose a lot more money, as opposed to when you were really niche specific and really only putting out content that business people, business coaches, and just, entrepreneurs can relate to. And he said, you know what? Okay, let's double down on the business content. And so that forever changed, again, his content strategy. And it was a good experiment, and it's a good learning lesson for everybody out there, is that just because you're getting views, just because you're going viral, does not mean that you're ultimately making more money. Number 2 is predictable traffic. So the role of predictable traffic is we install hyper-targeted paid ads to drive a consistent flow of your ideal high-ticket clients to your sales asset every single day. So I'm going to explain this. We're going to run 2 separate ads. The first ad strategy is a follower ad campaign, okay? So you're going to take your best performing organic piece of content, you're going to run Instagram and Facebook ads to your Instagram profile. That right there is going to bring in more followers, as long as you get the targeting right, that people that actually care about what you have to say and are interested in the type of content you're putting out. And then you're going to DM these followers. So that right there is a very simple way of not only gaining more followers and bringing, more traction to your social media profile, but it's also going to give you a lot of potential clients. Second ad strategy is to take your best performing organic post, run Facebook and Instagram ads to your video sales letter. Very, very straightforward. I'm going to explain to you why a video sales letter is essential in your client acquisition system. So this is what it looks like here. You've got a big title here. You've got subtext here. The video, you could include a few testimonials that you have, and then nice and simple, you book a strategy call with you. So the purpose of the VSL, it's essentially the core of the engine. I know there's a lot of text here, but it's very, very important. So this is essentially going to deliver the perfect pitch for you every single time. That way the prospects come to the call pre-sold. They already understand what service you offer. And in your VSL, if you do it well, you're going to have case studies and testimonials, as well as handle any objections that may come up in your client's mind as you're delivering this. The VSL is an 8 to 15 minute video that really delivers just the perfect pitch. That way you don't need to be on sales calls explaining to people who you are, what you do, and what you offer every single time from scratch. If you guys want a full video on how to write a 7-figure VSL that actually converts, You could click the link below in the description. I'm going to attach the video there as well as somewhere on screen here. So I'm going to break down the 4A system that we use piece by piece. Again, this is all made to be very, very simple for you guys and not overcomplicate things. I think a lot of coaches overcomplicate, all of this stuff, and I'm trying to make this as simple and digestible for you guys as possible. And last but not least, what you need after the VSL is an optimized booking system. So this is for your Calendly and Cal.com. So when somebody clicks to book a time with you, they need to fill out this form. This form needs to include questions about how serious they are, if they're financially and willing and capable of investing, as well as, if they're the sole decision maker on the call, and if there's anybody else that is a decision maker, make sure that they're on the call. All of this is ensuring that you only get on calls with people that can actually afford your service, the prospects know who you are and have seen your content, are ready to start ASAP, and that way you don't have to deal with tire kickers. There's nothing worse than getting on a sales call with somebody, and not only does the person not know who you are, or maybe they look at their call, they're like, oh wait, what was this call again? Oh, I totally forgot. Or, they're just not serious about it. So everything I just showed you, the VSL, the pre-qualifiers, the content strategy, the ad strategy, all of these are components of our complete client acquisition system. You can go out and do this on your own right now, or you can click the link below to book a call with my team and I, and we'll see if you're a good fit for what we have to offer. And for everybody else, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps with the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys next time.